Having constant internet access has a lot of advantages. But for this class, one of those major advantages is that the internet gives you access to so many sources. Sources are places that you can gather and use information, and they come in a lot of different forms. Sources can be websites, or books, even movies. A source can be a face-to-face interview, even songs. Yeah, songs can be sources. You can learn from songs. Most of my history knowledge comes from Iron Maiden songs in my college degree, but whatever. Let's focus really briefly on finding and using sources. First thing, you have to know that not all sources are created equal. There's a lot of information on the internet, and not all of it is useful or accurate or good. This handsome devil is my dad, Roger Plotho. He's the publisher of the local paper, the Post-Register, so you can see where I got my dope flow from. Thanks, Dad. He refers to the internet as a sewer, as a cesspool, because of all the bad information and poor sources and just plain old fake stuff that's out there on the internet. And while I don't agree with him completely about just how bad the internet is, he has a point. There's a lot of stuff out there that's just kind of crap. So how do you know what's useful and what's not? How do you separate the fake stuff from the real stuff? How do you separate the poop in the sewer from, I don't know, the other stuff you'd find in a sewer and use? I don't know what that means. It's gross. We're going to learn a lot more about that, specifically from this guy, my dad. He's going to come and talk to us about it. But to get you started now, here's a few things you can consider when looking for sources on the internet and elsewhere. First, you should always consider who is the author. Who wrote this, or who directed this movie, or who did this interview, and why did they do it? What's their expertise? Are they a scientist writing about science, or are they just some blogger who could be a 14-year-old with no scientific background at all? Are they the real deal historian? Or are they just some jerk with a laptop? The Google search bar is your friend. It's the gateway to limitless information. But the problem is that Google searches everything. It doesn't just bring you the good stuff, it'll also show you the bad stuff and the worthless stuff and the fake stuff. So you've got to learn how to check your sources. Find out who wrote the thing that you find. And if you can't confirm the author, throw it out. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Cast that line again. You'll find a better one. So let's talk about Wikipedia. Now I can already hear your other teachers telling you in other grades, never use Wikipedia. Anyone can edit Wikipedia. It's anybody's thing. Anybody could change it, and it's bad. But I'm going to disagree with them respectfully because I love Wikipedia. I use Wikipedia all the time, and the fact is that it's a pretty good and reliable source. Here's why. This is the Wikipedia page for Africa. And when I scroll down here, you're going to see how much information there is about Africa in the Wikipedia page, including the geography of Africa. There's a whole lot of information that you can read, learn from, and choose to use. I mean, it's a treasure trove. Why would I tell you not to use this? And yet I can hear that teacher somewhere out there saying, oh yes, it's a treasure trove of whatever people want to put on there. Well, okay, but if you go down here to the bottom, these are all the sources that people have used to justify what they've put on this page. There's further reading. There's a ton of information here, not just on Wikipedia, but links to outside materials that you can then further research into. Books and histories and interviews and all kinds of things. So if you don't believe what's in Wikipedia, follow the sources. 99.99% of the time, you're going to find that the sources supports what's in Wikipedia. And if you're still worried about the changes that people can make to Wikipedia, just click up at the top. You can view the history of every single change that's ever been made to this page since it was created over 10 years ago. And I feel like I can trust that pretty easily. You can make that decision for yourself. But for me, I'm pretty okay with Wikipedia. And I won't dock you if I see it on your sources page. I love Wikipedia. Now, a quick note about showing your sources. Later on in the year, we're going to learn how to do proper citation, which is how you make a works cited or bibliography. But right now, just show me. tell me the link you got it from or which book you got it from. Just give credit to your source somehow on your project. I don't care how. Just make it clear to me that you didn't just make this stuff up, or you're not stealing someone else's work. Because that's plagiarism, and that's punishable by death. It should be, but it's not. It's just like pride points and stuff. Okay, that's a good starting point. So let's wrap up our first discussion about using sources. Boils down to this. Use sources to support your statements and arguments. Make sure those sources are good ones by checking out the author or the place you got them from. And always give credit where credit is due, or I will have to kill you. Just kidding. I shouldn't say these things in these videos. I'm gonna get in trouble. Shoot. Remember, for this class at least, Wikipedia is totally cool. I love it, so you should learn how to love it too. I can't speak for every teacher though, so make sure you check with your teacher to see how they feel about you using Wikipedia. For Plotho's World Studies class, it's always a good idea. And that's all there is to get started with. So go out there, get some research done, make sure you are citing your sources, and put together an amazing presentation to help you teach each other all about the geography of Africa. And I will see you next time.